The purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to create an ideal calendar in Outlook. A couple of things I'd like to mention before we get started. When you're creating an ideal calendar, make sure that it is aligned to your current life and priorities. And by that, I mean now's not the time to aspirationally add in a 5:15 gym call unless you're actually going to the gym at 5:15 now. Like, let's create a calendar that accurately reflects your best day as it exists today. Second thing is I recommend using a same color code system as your emails. So if you color code personal emails or client specific emails, you can also use that same system in your calendar to make it more convenient for you to quickly identify different activities. And then finally, stick to the calendar. It's not hard to create an ideal calendar. The trick is always to keep your commitment to yourself and do what you say you should be doing. So if you're in a if you're in a CEO block of time, make sure that you're doing CEO type activities. All right, let's hop over to Outlook and see how this works. This is an example of an ideal calendar that I already have created for myself. This is how my days generally tend to go. And when I add in my specific personal email calendar, then activities start to overlay. So that's how an ideal calendar would generally work. And what we're going to do now is create a new one. So in order to create a new calendar, you'll simply go up here to add calendar and you'll create a new blank calendar. And we're going to name it. You will call yours ideal calendar. I will call mine ideal 2 to make the distinction. And then you want to click your ideal calendar so that you can begin working in it. It should look blank, ideal calendar 2, nothing here. I want my days to start at 6:30, and at 6:30 I'm going to have my morning routine. And so what you're going to do is go ahead and build out a calendar for a week that will then rinse repeat for you forever and for all time. I do color code my personal activities, morning routine, 6:30 to 8. I will make this recurring. It's going to happen every day. That's a weekday, and it's not going to have an end date. And then I save it, and now you can see those 5 days on my ideal calendar. And if I go to March 20th and 21st, they're still on the calendar. At 8 o'clock is when I generally block CEO time. And so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to block from 8 until 10. I color code that with my own business color coding, and I'm going to make that recur every day. That's a weekday, forever and for all time. And this is how you build it out day after day. Now, there is one activity on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, I am part of a networking group. And so that's from 1 until 2, and it is networking, and it only happens on Wednesdays. So I'm going to make it recurring weekly, every week on Wednesday, no end date. And then it shows up on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, that time will be blocked. Okay? Once your calendar is created, then you will go ahead and just be able to overlay your own email address calendar over it, and it will start showing up in these colorful blocks of time to keep you organized. If you have any questions about this, by all means, let me know.